Right. They're awesome.
Okay, we'll call the meeting order at 7 o'clock. First the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next the approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Bass, seconded by Mr. Bushinsky to approve the minutes since our last regularly scheduled meetings. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Ms. McConick?
Yes.
Mr. Bushinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Bass? Yes. Albert Wood, yes, passes 5-0. Next, the approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second the motion. Motion made by Mr. Bass, seconded by Albert to approve the claims. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Ms. McConick?
Yes.
Mr. Bushinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Bass? Yes. Albert Wood, yes, passes 5-0. Next, utilities.
Hello there. I think everybody's got a copy of my report. We'll through it really briefly. The water controls are working well. Haven't had any problems with them, knock on wood. Chlorine equipment is scheduled to be installed starting tomorrow. I bet they're going to be here probably 4 or 5 days doing installation because they're going to replace all the piping. They are having a problem with the scale supplier with one of the electronic boards. Imagine that. I have not heard what their solution is going to be to that. I'll probably talk to Larry Hayes, the owner, tomorrow when I'm there. We're still waiting on the McMahon report for the water and the wastewater. It's in my court. I did pick up the as-built drawings of the water plant. I will take them into the office tomorrow morning so they can be scanned in and set up to Tim Braun so he can take a look at the use of some of that. We're still evaluating the alarm system there at for the water facility and for everything. Really kind of waiting on SCADATA to finalize some of their updated things. The biggest problem we have with SCADATA is it will not call phones. It will text, but it will not make a phone call. And that is really problematic because we sleep and you can't always just hear the text in the middle of the night. So, we're waiting to see what they come up with an upgrade on that. Wastewater plant, there's been a lot of things happen out there the past month. We're still seeing some surges at the wastewater plant. We've got Austin Electric coming in on Friday. We're going to look at the surge protection device and make sure it's working properly. We're really not sure where it's at. We've been looking for it and can't find it. So they're supposed to come in. And anytime you open up some of these panels, you got to have all this arc flash equipment on and all this stuff. So it's a safety thing, so we can't just be opening up some of the panels out there. Once we know what's going on with that, I'm sure we're going to be having to discuss with NIPSCO if we are getting surges. So we'll see what happens with that. As part of what's happened, one of the VFDs that were off on the field last week, it appears that one of the boards is bad on the unit. I talked to MV Controls. The problem with the way everything's set up is the VFD runs the pump. We can't have because the pump's as big as it is and the wet well's so small, we can't just run it on a starter. It'll just be starting and stopping constantly. So we really need to have something that throttles the flow down a little bit. Because of that, I talked to Mark Vitale tonight, and he said he's not sure if that board can be replaced. He says they may consider that a throwaway VFD because it's a small one, but we're going to look into it. I would recommend that we purchase one now so we can get that pump up and running. If that one can be repaired, get it repaired. In my opinion, we should have one sitting on the shelf because it's really with the wastewater plant out there, that is the most critical part of it, is just to pump the water so we don't flood any basements out and that type of thing. So that's one of the critical things. Which number 4, we'll get into a little bit more with that. On August 3rd, Adam arrived at the wastewater plant. In basically didn't find much of anything running. It's kind of that's one of those heart attack events. Most of the VFDs that fall to the raw pumps would not operate. We did, within probably 15 minutes, got the plant operational in hand mode, which bypassed most of the SCADA system in that. We ended up finding that the main PLC on the SCADA system had failed. We did call Mark, MB Controls, and found that the processor on the PLC had basically fried. He did find one up in Hammond. He went and drove and got it, came back, had to be reprogrammed. We had to do upgrades of the software and everything. He finally got the thing operational 90% on Friday. Monday he came back and finished everything up. The biggest problem we ran into is every alarm at the facility was tied through that PLC. So nothing called us out because there's nothing to call out because the PLC had failed. So what we did is we have got one of the floats at the wet well, which is the most critical probably alarm at the plant, will trip now, and it will send a mechanical, basically an analog signal to the sensophone dialer. We're going to really look at some of these alarm systems now and see what has to be done. We may just discontinue that phone line there and put one of the Omni sites back online. It's probably cheaper. It's probably more cost effective to do it that way. I think the phone lines are about $50 or $60 a month for those. So it may make sense to do that anyway. We'll look at it and see what we need to do on that. But that's something that I've talked to McMahon about it, and they're going to look through it and see if there was something was missed or something on the
Was there a surge or something?
I'm guessing that's what we're seeing. What's kind of ironic with it is, we had a problem 2 months ago with the UV system. Took the processor out. That whole UV panel's got its own surge protection. So there's one coming in. There was one coming in for the service, and there's one there's one right on that on that panel, and it's still working. I mean, the green light's on. Everything's fine. So it's really weird. I mean, it's just something that it's really bothersome, and I think it's costing you guys, a lot of expense that we really need to find out what's causing it.
We had a problem with for the towers when Bart was still here, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think they were having problems out there with electronics, with computers and everything else. I think
several computers.
Yeah. Out there. And so I think it's something that's got to be that we got to find out what's causing it. So, as a result of the failure of the PLC, we did review the backup pumping system, and like I said before, I think we need to have a redundant or a spare drive for the raw pumps. Normally, you would have a parallel contactor that you could do. That's just a physical motor starter that you could do would work, but because of the size of the pumps and that, it's just not. It's not a very good option. So, one of the things we did look at, and you've got basically a brand new 4-inch trash pump that I don't think had been run in a while. Adam and Brett got that going today. I think it makes a whole lot of sense for us to get, and there's a 3-inch trash pump there. So if there's ever a complete catastrophic failure at the wastewater plant, we could at least drop the gas pumps into the wet well, pump to the oxidation ditch, and at least keep the sewage flowing. And you may not get 100% treatment, but it still provides primary treatment. Would be the best thing to do from a public health standpoint and from an environmental standpoint. So, and when I say catastrophic, you get a tornado or something that just physically takes everything out. And it's something that, it's one of the things you don't want to be worrying about at that time is worrying about flooding basements out too. And I think that really makes a lot of sense. And I think we can do it, for, I think that just the hose is about $1,600, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be around $2,000. Because we'll just make some hard piping to go over the tank, We should we'll do a dry run on it here pretty soon and just see how well it works. But I think it really makes sense that we look at doing that, so we're prepared just in case there's an emergency. Other than that, I think everything's going.
Were you looking at between the cam locks and the threads?
That's, we're gonna put that on there too. So that's the accessories, the hose that we got priced has got the cam locks on it.
That's the way to go when
Yeah.
there's something.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're gonna actually make up a PVC, 4-inch PVC Schedule A, that we can just hook over the wall of the tank. It'll hang there, and we just have to go from there. So we're not fighting hose and going from there. So I think it really makes a lot of sense to do that. And the good thing about it is if we go to the cam locks and that, you know, Cows, we've got pumps in Hebron, there's pumps in Cows, and, you know, most of our clients, should we ever have problems and one of these doesn't run or whatever, we can borrow from another town if we need to. So, and that's kind of what we try doing. So.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve $2,500 for the VFD backup VFD, just, well, because there's a chance too that this VFD we can't get fixed, correct?
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I would definitely get one
Yeah.
out.
with it being a VFD, I guess we can just put that under operating equipment. Fund.
Repair and maintenance that are operating, would probably be okay if we replace them.
And then also with that motion, I'd like to approve $2,500 for hose and accessories for the pumps, trash pumps we have as well.
Okay.
20 numbers,
Yeah, total of 5.
all out of operating repair and maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Pfaff, seconded by Mr. Mashinsky to purchase the hose and the VFD, extra VFDs for the wastewater plant. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Connick?
Yes.
Mr. Mashinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
Albert Bush, yes, passes 5-0.
Thank
This
you.
portion of the meeting was sponsored by Old Spice. Well,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Levity is not a bad thing. Anything else on the utilities? Streets. Got a Reeve Riley invoice, you wanna,
Yes, we have a Reeve Riley for, actually it's the retain we held back. And the project is complete, it's to our satisfaction, of us, as close as we're gonna get it. So, the amount due to Reeve Riley for the remainder is $50,168.57. I'd like to make a motion, we pay them, and we will close this out and then start on next year's.
okay, I'll second the motion. Motion made by Mr. Mashinsky, second by Albert, to pay Reeve Riley on the recommendation of the engineer, the retainage, 10% retainage, since it's met our satisfaction. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Connick?
Yes.
Mr. Mashinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pratt?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Parks, anything?
There's park rental procedures. Does anyone want to elaborate on that? Because I have no idea what that is.
I think we got that, we'll take that off.
Take it off?
Yeah. Did you have anything else on the porta potties are all done for?
Yeah, that's the most important.
By the way, the striping looks nice on the
Yes, a good job.
road out there and everything. You got it
The
done.
whole park looks, they did a good job out there. We had some spots that was part of the retainage that there was some water standing in spots and they did everything they could, reheated it, drove it, so,
It's better.
yeah, it's the best we're gonna get. Big improvement. Thank you, State of Indiana, Reeve Riley, Bowman, and all concerned.
Yeah,
So, park rental procedures, that's nothing that I should be concerned about,
no, we're good on
okay?
it. Police,
We had 469 total calls for service. We had 1 overdose, 126 traffic stops, 15 assist other agency calls, 12 crash reports, and 151 business checks. And then, I don't know if I need to elaborate on anything or not. It was put on the agenda for the beautification committee, and we were working to get a few businesses cleaned up in town. Just to update, Ethan was able to send the letters out, and I think he's already got some response from one of the owners, so we are making progress. He provided all the businesses copies of the vegetation ordinance and abandoned vehicle ordinance, so hopefully we'll make some headway on getting those 3 businesses cleaned up a little bit, and keep them in compliance, and that's all I have.
Park's looking good, I see you got the sidewalks down.
We'll be working on it this weekend some, and then after Labor Day, we'll be doing some more construction on the pavilion.
That's good. Anything else on police? Finance, we have resolution 2018-7, transfer of funds. Be it resolved by the town council that the following funds be transferred. $200 from appropriation 101-002-134 health insurance general fund to appropriation 101-002-132 retirement general fund. Transfers $3,300 from appropriation 101-002-371 hydrant general fund to appropriation 101-00-2313 other fees and services general fund. Transfer $6,700 from appropriation 101-200-132 retirement general fund to appropriation 101-20029 miscellaneous supplies general fund. Transfer $3,000 from appropriation 101-200-134 health insurance general fund to appropriation 101-200-221 fuel general fund. Transfer $2,000 from appropriation 101-00134 health insurance general fund to appropriation 101-200-324 phone general fund. Transfer $4,000 from appropriation 101-200-134 health insurance general fund to appropriation 101-200-351 gas and electric general fund. Transfer $4,000 from appropriation 101-200-134 health insurance general fund to appropriation 101-200-361 repair and maintenance general fund. Transfer $115 from appropriation 204-001313 other fees and services park fund to appropriation 204-001111 salaries park fund. Transfer $10 from appropriation 204-001313 other fees and services park fund to appropriation 204-001131 FICA Medicare park fund. And basically just we moved money out of health insurance because last year's appropriation was a lot more, it was higher than what the health insurance actually was for the year. Our health insurance came in remarkably, surprisingly lower than excess. We're moving the money back around.
So this is after the budget was accepted for 2019. Money that
When we did
have.
in 2017,
Right.
the total amount we had of the money, we figured we'd need X amount of dollars for health insurance. And then when it really came time to renew the health
And then when
insurance,
it
it
came
was
down,
less.
yeah,
It was less.
it was less,
So
so we're
we're-
taking that,
Yeah, it's just like
spreading it around,
spreading around every year when you figure your budget for the year, your check.
all through the general fund.
All through the general fund, yeah. It's not taking, it's just moving it's moving tax money, general fund money for this year to different places because what we anticipated the health insurance would be, it wasn't. Which is kind of rare, because usually health insurance comes in at or higher than what you thought it would be. So, the budget's done before we get our, which is definitely a big plus, that's right. So I will make a motion that we adopt resolution 2018-7, transfer of funds.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Riddell to adopt resolution 2018-7, the transfer of funds. Any discussion? Questions, Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Ms. McConick?
Yes.
Mr. Shinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pratt?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next is salary ordinance for 2019, it's ordinance 2018-5. This we went through rather than a percentage, we went across the board like we've done previously when we figured that. Ordinance 2018-5, I will do the annual for each one. From the general fund clerk, town council, monthly pay $2,400, clerk treasurer $13,778.44, clerk level A full-time $12,933.18, clerk level B full-time $10,753.60, clerk level C currently filled $12.46 an hour, level C new hire $11.65 plus the 8% retirement that we had in the past. General fund police, town marshal annual $56,668.04, chief deputy $46,863.44, first class deputy $43,897.62, probationary first year $40,022, part time is police officers $30,000, which is an hourly rate of $20 an hour. Crossing guard $11,491.44. MVH fund street superintendent $55,955.12. Labor mechanic level A $35,896.64. Labor mechanic level B $32,691.62. Labor part time total hours per year of 360 hours is $11.65 an hour plus the 8% of the full-time people. Park fund, general maintenance, maximum 230 hours is $16.51 an hour. Water company, annual town council $2,400, clerk treasurer $13,778.44, clerk level A $12,933.18, clerk level B $10,753.60, utility superintendent $27,814.02, ops foreman with 3 licenses $22,911.72, 2 licenses $22,29.04, 1 license $18,504, water operator $35,982.96, labor full-time $28,018, new hire labor part-time $11.65, and including the 8% for full-time. Sewage company, town council $2,400, clerk treasurer $13,778.44, clerk level B $12,933.18, clerk level B $10,753.60, superintendent $27,814.02, ops foreman with 3 $22,911.72, ops with 2 licenses $22,29.04, 1 license $18,504, sewage operator $29,640, labor full-time $28,018, labor part-time new hire $11.65 with the 8%. All these positions are listed here. We don't necessarily have them filled, but if we would hire someone, it would be at those rates. So there's not a spot for every one of those, but those positions are there if we did hire somebody, or if somebody left and we changed. And so that's why there's a lot of different positions in each budget. I will make a motion that we approve ordinance 2018-5 on the first reading.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, second by Mrs. Riddell to approve ordinance 2018-5 on the first reading. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Did we discuss the crossing guard?
I was gonna bring that up, so I'm glad you brought it up. We went to the school, talked to the new superintendent, and she was taking it to the board. We had documentation of the agreements before and what we had done, and that we picked up a little more of that year or two that they had the trouble with finance. So we haven't heard back yet, because they're just starting their budget stuff now too. So hopefully that will
Boosting that up.
yes, it'll be a share, they'll pay us, and it'll still be that amount, but they'll be subsidized.
Subsidized.
Yeah, so we'll know more when they get their budget process going. Thanks for bringing that up. Any other questions or discussions? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Connick?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Pat? Yes. Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. We want to approve this next month's meeting, or what's your pleasure? Do you want to adopt tonight? Okay. I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2018-5.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, Mr. Krasinski seconded to suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2018-5. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Shinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Miscellaneous, opening of bids for the demolition of 53 West Jefferson. Our first envelope is from Chem Check Incorporated of Hebron, Indiana. Chem Check will provide labor, material, and equipment to disposal to demolish the house for $11,490. From WAI Recycling Service from Westville, Indiana. Complete demolition and backfill, tree cleanup, $4,500 from WAI. Yes, 4,500. And the third, last one is from Jay Schaffner, General Contractors from LaPorte. Unfortunately, nobody has duct tape on this. The total cost is $11,980.
Because we did have multiple bids, I'd like the council to take these under advisement for an award in the future. I'd like an opportunity to review all of them and make sure they're responsive.
No objections. And any citizen comments or anything else come before the council? Yes, Shelley, how are you
Yeah,
tonight?
I was just wanting to see about for the 25th for the road closed for the annual Bike for Birch.
Where, what streets, Shelley? Just Plain Street?
Yeah.
Between the two?
Between the two, yeah.
Okay. You okay with that, Darren? There's no problem? Bob? Okay.
Thank you.
What's the date?
The 25th.
Of this month?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Hello.
Hi. The fire department auxiliary would like to request that we kind of maybe hopefully have the same deal as last year with the tree lighting in December.
Okay.
So let's do it again. Actually, we're going to do it on November 25th.
That's Thanksgiving.
It's
Sunday.
the weekend. Yep.
Okay.
Sunday.
Approximately like 4 to 7.
Okay. Any objection? No. You're on the docket.
Thank you.
We didn't want to be the Grinch and spoil Christmas.
If you were, I'd put you in a Grinch costume.
Yeah, well, we get accused of enough, so we don't want to be a spoiler for Christmas. Anything else? I will make a motion, we adjourn. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Riddell to adjourn. Just before everybody leaves, we've got things to sign here, so.
Oh, right.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourns at 7:28.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.